Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread recipe. First off, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year for 2023. And in this video, I'll show you how to make this delicious loaf of bread in super quick time. And I've titled it as Flour to Sandwich in Less than 2 hours. So if you want a great loaf of bread in a hurry, then this is the recipe for you. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video, or you can click on the eye icon top right of the screen to take you directly to the recipe page. I'd also like to thank my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thanks supporters for their very kind help in producing these tutorial videos. Your amazing financial support really helps with ever-increasing equipment, ingredient and editing software costs. I'll be giving you all a name splash and shout out a little later in the video. Okay, let's get on with today's recipe. Right, I'll be keeping a close eye on the time as we go through this recipe, and the starting time, as you can see, is 10 AM. And the aim of this video is to have a sandwich made and ready to eat at 12 midday. Now, due to my dodgy hand, I'll be using my stand mixer to do mine, but you can easily knead this dough by hand if you don't have a machine. In actual fact, it'll more than likely be quicker if you are able to knead this dough by hand. Start by adding your lukewarm water to the bowl. The temperature of the water is on screen. Next, add the flour. Now add the sugar. The sugar will help the yeast get going quicker. In goes the soft butter. Next to go in is the salt. And finally in goes the instant or quick acting yeast, sometimes called easy bake yeast. Now, using the dough hook attachment, I'll roughly bring it all together. And you can help the machine out by scraping down the sides of the bowl with your bowl scraper. Right, now set your machine away again and set your timer for 10 minutes. And if you're kneading by hand, it's also 10 minutes kneading time. And this is what it looks like after 5 minutes. While that's mixing, grease a large bowl with a little oil, about a half teaspoon of whatever oil you've got, and set it aside. And that's it, the 10 minutes are up. Whether you used a machine or hand kneaded, you should now have a nice smooth dough. First, I'll get the machine out of the way. Right, turn it out onto a flour-free bench and form it into a ball. Once that's done, copy this technique to stretch and smooth out the surface of the dough ball. Right, get the dough ball into the prepared bowl and coat it with the oil. Now cover the bowl. I like to use the shower caps for this, and these are available in the website shop if you want one. We have white or red. Now get it into a nice warm draft-free spot. I like to use my oven with just a light bulb on for this. Now set your timer for 30 minutes. Okay, while that's proofing, you need to grease a 2 pound or 900 gram loaf tin. The dimensions of the tin that I'm using are on screen. And if you're interested, my new one-size-fits-all apron line, complete with embroidered thumbs up logo and info, is on sale in the website shop too. It's just another way you can support the channel, guys. Once the time's up on the first proof, turn out the dough onto a flour-free work surface. As you can see, the dough's just about doubled in size. Now knock the dough back as shown. This simply means knock all of the built up gas out of it. form the dough into a fat sausage shape. There's lots of ways you can do this, but rolling it towards you as shown is probably the best way. Now make sure you nip the seam together at the bottom of the dough shape. Right, once you have your dough shaped, get it into the greased loaf tin. Press the dough down quite hard to fill in any gaps. Once you have it in the loaf tin, sprinkle a little flour over the dough. Now get it onto a baking tray. Cover it with a lightweight dry cloth as shown. Leave a couple of pleats in the cloth on top of the tin. This will allow the dough to expand easier. Now get it into a nice warm draft-free spot, back in the oven in my case, and let it proof for a further 30 minutes. As you can see by the clock, we still have 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. Bang on time. When there's only 5 minutes left on your final proof, you need to preheat your oven. Obviously, if you're proofing in the oven, you'll need to remove the proofing dough first and let it finish proofing on the bench. So set your temperature to 180 degrees Celsius, that's 355 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 4. And as you can see, the loaf has risen beautifully. And in case you're wondering why this loaf is quicker, I've cut the proofing times a little, but mainly I'm simply omitting a third proof. The downside of this is the taste and texture won't be as good, but still perfectly acceptable. Right, the oven's up to temperature and it's time to bake this wonderful loaf of bread. So in it goes into the preheated oven, and I'll set the timer for 25 minutes. And while that's baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my 4 recipe books a quick shout out. The books have lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in them, and also book 4 in this series is totally dedicated to bread recipes. And by popular demand, the skeleton style oven gloves are now available too. Just click on the eye icon top right of your screen and that'll take you to the website shop where all of these items are available now. Okay, that's the baking time up. And you can call it done at this point if you like, but what I like to do is to carefully get it out of the tin and get it back into the oven to crisp up the crust a bit more. Right, so once it's back in the oven, increase the temperature to 200 degrees Celsius, that's 390 Fahrenheit or gas mark 6, and I'll give it another few minutes in what I like to call commando style. Right, time's up, so I'll get it out and onto a wire rack and let it cool for a few minutes. And when I come back, I'll let you see the inside and then I'll knock up a very quick ham salad sandwich. Okay, time to cut a couple of slices off this beauty. It's still a little on the warm side, but that's just how I like it. As you can see, it has a small gas bubble in the middle, but that's due to missing out on one of the proofing times, but it won't make any difference to the overall taste of the bread. Right, using plenty mayonnaise, I'll very quickly build up a ham salad sandwich. Okay, I'll quickly cut it in half. And doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? And here I go for a big bite. And that is so good. A perfect sandwich in super quick time. Well, looking at the clock, I have gone a couple of minutes over, but bear in mind I've been having to reposition cameras and other stuff, so I've made it well within the 2 hours. And I hope you give this one a go, guys. It's quick, it's simple, and it's absolutely delicious. Big thumbs up for this one, guys, and once again, Happy New Year. And as promised at the beginning of the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Claire Lisa Gabrielle, Stephanie Savage, Anne Schmuck, Teresa Kilroy, Mel Stokes, Peter Armand, Georgina McDowell, Jeffrey Lassie, George W. Fleming, Sandra McLean, Dave Messink, Roslyn, Mom and Me 929, Jens K 3250, and user UC7MN1UC6N. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.